Welcome back to the study Great Books. Let's get started with the part 6 of the first chapter character building of the great book Guru. The first article we're going to listen is the article with the title The Proper Use of Power, written by a disciple from West Africa. In October 2006, Grandmaster Chowa Koksui visited West Africa. During his visit, I was driving our teacher somewhere and he was seated beside me. We were stuck in traffic and it was very hot. Even the air conditioning in the car seemed unable to make us comfortable. While waiting for the traffic to move, we heard an ambulance behind us. I looked into the rear view mirror and saw that the ambulance was stuck as well several cars behind us. While looking in the rear view mirror out of the corner of my eye, I noticed Grandmaster Chowakoksui lifted his left hand and made two barely noticeable movements to the right, twisting his wrist. I looked into the rear view mirror again and was surprised to see the ambulance making good progress through the gridlocked traffic, as the situation was that it would have had to wait in place for the traffic to move. In about half a minute, it had passed by us and was well on its way through traffic. It became clear to me that Grandmaster Chowakoksui had manipulated energies through his hand movements to enable the ambulance to pass. I thought silently to myself, wow, if only I could do that, I would never be stuck in a traffic jam ever again. But it also dawned on me that Grandmaster Chowakoksui had the knowledge, power, and skill to do that, but yet did not do it so he could get out of the heat and the traffic. He just sat there patiently as if nothing had happened. It was a great lesson for me. Power and skill should be used for important things like helping others, not for simple and mundane things like for one's own comfort. This was a lesson that he had been trying to teach us related to the virtue of loving kindness and non injury. The proper use of power, right kind of power, right quantity of power, and the right time to use it for the right purpose. Grandmaster Chowakoksui was truly a powerful yet humble and discreet servant, providing service to people in need. Thank you for this insight and lesson. Let's move to the next article written by a disciple from Germany. Its title is A Lesson in Kindness and Generosity. One year, it was early spring, I went to attend Grandmaster Chowakoksui's classes in Sevilla, Italy. After the classes were over, he invited the organizer and a small group of close people on a trip to Florence. Going for an outing with Grandmaster was always an adventure, so I was excited to join. Grandmaster liked to take his time in the morning, so we only got started after lunch. It was quite a long ride in an 8-seater van over the mountains, and we reached Florence at around 5 p.m. But Grandmaster didn't mind and he took us around the town area to show us some points of interest. The streets were crowded with people and many vendors were set up along the sides. Grandmaster Chowakoksui insisted us on buying gifts and souvenirs for all of us. As soon as one of us would stop to look at something attractive like one of the many varieties of small artifacts, art printings, and so on, he would jump to encourage us to buy something, and he paid for everything himself. While we were walking, I overheard Grandmaster Chowakoksui and one of his close disciples conversing, where he was referring to the vendors in the rather anxious way, saying, "Look, these people have such a tough life, we should give them some business." The streets were also lined with many beggars. I remember a middle aged and quite ragged looking lady asking us for some change. Our organizer was feeling embarrassed about this harassment to our teacher and tried to push her away. I even felt a little embarrassed myself. Grandmaster took out his wallet and kindly gave a €50 bill to the lady. Then I saw him discreetly taking out a whole pile of €50 notes and instructing one of the disciples to distribute them among the beggars that were crouched alongside of the street. I felt quite shocked about this tremendous outpour of generosity from Grandmaster Chowakoksui, and at the same time I felt embarrassed that I did not have the inclination to give anything to the beggars. This was a great lesson about generosity and kindness for me. This article ends with Grandmaster Chowakoksui's golden words from his Golden Lotus Sutra book named Achieve the Impossible. That is, when you give and share, you become a channel for abundance. Thanks for listening. And the next final part of the first chapter, character building of the great book Guru, the article's title will be Yes, Master. Thanks for listening. See you again with the final part of the first chapter, character building of the great book Guru. Thank you.